Hey guys, what's happening? Just trying to get my bearings here. What's going on? Sorry about the wait. My apologies. Carrie unfortunately won't be able to join me tonight at the last few minutes here. She started not feeling well at all, and that's why we're running late here. So we tried to figure out how we can, do this. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll just have to go solo. And she's just kind of resting right now. So again, my apologies. Let me turn this up a little bit. Uh, so she's definitely definitely not feeling all that good. So prayers are with her. So anyways, I don't know how long I'll be on tonight because we had a whole kind of thing planned, and usually it's just better with her here with me, but she's not. So I'll have to just kind of fly solo tonight, and I'll do a Q&A with you guys. I'll play my new presets and stuff for you. Maybe I'll do a mix or two, and I'm thinking maybe about 45 minutes. So yeah, I'll see what I could do to, at least do that. Let me move this mic up here. Maybe get a little better volume here. Yeah, so anyways, well, first of all, again, sorry for the wait, and I really appreciate the really good response I got on that last video for the Friedman IRX, I think it's called, pedal. I do so many videos, I get all the titles of things mixed up here, but I really appreciate that very much. I'm so glad that people like the video, and I appreciate all the kind words from that as well. That was the first time I ever introduced this new song that's quite a challenge to play, and yeah, it took several takes, but I finally got through it. So, but I'm glad people like that. I've been working on that solo for a while, and it's pretty involved doing that. So I'm glad people are enjoying it, and I also want to thank everybody who's purchased the profile preset packs and stuff from my website. Seriously, that really means a lot. It's been a tough year for me with my business, so every little thing goes a long way with me this year. So again, I really appreciate that. So anyhow, let me say hello to people real quick here, and okay, this is usually Carrie's job. Gary Devlin, what's happening, man? Good to see you. How's the soap opera business doing? That's the coolest name in the world, Gary Devlin. Seriously, wow. I mean, there's James Bond and Gary Devlin. I think that's like just as cool. Anyways, what's going on, man? Gravel Rocks, what's going on? Mark in the mix, what's happening? Dean Harkness, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Flux, what's happening? He says, "Go, Carrie and Jarrod. Looking forward to hearing the KEMPER captured in the naked profiles. Hope everyone has a great evening." Thanks, man. Appreciate you being here. Chat just jumped on me here. So, what's going on, Martin Hensley? I think I said hi to Dean, but I'll say it again. What's up, Dean? Mark Kinney, what's happening? Let's see here. Let's see. Dean Harkness says, "Jarrod, after catching up, you already know what I want to hear." Also, Carrie, it's a long overdue for you to sing. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we're actually, Carrie and I are definitely working on some new material. It's taken a while for us to get it down, but we want to just, she wants to sing some new stuff, and I don't blame her. So we'll keep the old classics around as well, but we're trying to add to it so that we're not just rotating through the same 5 songs every time she sings. So we're adding some stuff, and we're working on that, but it will be soon. Thanks for your patience. It will be soon. Hey, Tyler James, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Steve O, happy Sunday, everyone. Anna is watching her first Tone Wars show with me tonight. What's up, man? Hi, Anna. Thanks for joining us tonight. Usually it's better when Carrie's here, but sorry she's not here with me tonight. So we're only going to be on half power tonight. But thanks for being here. Come back next week, and hopefully Carrie will be here, and you'll see what we're really all about. Braxel, what's happening, man? Good to see you. Jim Coleman, Vince Salutari, what's going on, man? Saturday night with the Tone Wars never gets old. Always anxiously anticipating each and every show. Wow, man. Thanks so much, man. That really means a lot. It really does. You know, when you're sitting here staring at a camera every time you make videos or go live, it's weird. Like it messes with your head. You're always wondering, like, do people really like this? Because you're not seeing any reactions. You know, there's nobody across the room from you. It's just a camera, and you're like, you know, I wish they made cameras that reacted to you. You know, so you could at least feel like you're engaging with something. But yeah, I appreciate that very much. Maybe that'll be my $1 billion idea: a reactive camera. It laughs at all your jokes. Um, yes, Vince. Yeah, sorry, man. Carrie's missing. She's not feeling well, and it all happened at the last few minutes before we went live, and we are scrambling. Like, what do we do? Do we just soldier through? Do we, you know? And it was like we had to make some last minute decisions. So, so yeah, that's kind of what's happening tonight. Yeah, health is more important. You're right, Helm. Helm of the Anti-Lemon. That's an interesting name. Anti-Lemon. Oh, man. Thanks for the well wishes, though, Helm. Appreciate it. John Petrucci's beard. That's it. I'm out of here. What's going on? Klaus! Jarrod, the video with the Friedman RX was great. Your playing and that solo was awesome. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. I've actually been working on that solo for a while, and I've had a few requests from people to kind of talk about, like, I don't know, my techniques or like my solos or something like that. And honestly, that solo right there, in my opinion, is like, if anybody ever wanted to know like what kind of player I was, that's what I would show. I'd be like, here, this is kind of like me, what I do. This is like what I like to do. I like to do this kind of stuff. And it sums up kind of the riffs and the style that I have, or lack thereof, or whatever, you know. And so I might be able to do a breakdown of that solo and show why I did what I did there, and the whole writing aspect behind it, and the, you know, the reasons why I chose the, you know, the notes that I did or whatnot. I don't know what half the notes are called because I don't know theory. All I know is that's it. To me, it sounded fine. So, but I might do something like that in a future video. So thank you, appreciate that. Let's see, Steve Koppelkam. Sorry, I don't have my glasses tonight either. So, I totally get that Friedman pedal, but now I gotta save up for the MT100. I know, right? It's like, which one do I get? The MT100, I'll be covering a little bit of that in tomorrow's Riffs and Responses video, because I posted something about it. But I'm looking forward to that amp. I just hope they don't screw it up, and that's what I'm going to talk about in the video. I don't want to give too much away here, but there's other people that have said that too. Like, man, I hope they don't, you know, do this with it or do that with it. And I agree. Like, if you're going to release the 100-watt version, I mean, don't screw it up, please. You know, don't cheap out on things, or you know, do things that would, you know, subtract from the quality. So I really hope it's not one of those you know, amps that people are going to be disappointed in regarding the quality. Maybe with the tone and stuff that people will be happy with, but I have high hopes for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm cautiously optimistic about it. And Tremonti's awesome, and PRS is awesome. So I think it'll be a good amp. But man, there's always that thing right in your head where you're like, oh, if it's a big noisy, because the MT100 is great, but it's a noisy amp. It's got that loud hum. And when you're buying the big boy version of something, you're hoping that all that stuff has been addressed, you know, because you're paying way more for it, and it would just be a shame if that stuff wasn't addressed, right? Okay. Oh, thanks, Vince. I appreciate that. You see, the new solo on the Friedman review was incredible. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, it was fun, man. Helm of the Anti-Lemon. Greetings from a fellow Michigander. Oh, cool, man. You live in Michigan, huh? That's awesome. We had some good weather today, didn't we? A little warm, but I'll take it, you know, for this time of year. So, yeah, good to see you. Chris was CS. He says, I'm here in spirit, but yes, again, doing my reports. What's going on, man? Doing your reports, huh? Oh, have fun with that. I'm glad you're here, though. We got to talk soon. I got to give you a call and we can catch up. Let's see here. Martin Hensley, hey Jerry, can you capture amps on the IRX? No, it's just basically a Friedman Plexi and BE100 tone in a pedal form. So there's no capturing or anything like that. But that would be nice if he ever comes up with something like that. But I don't think Dave will ever come up with an amp capturing device because it's like a vegan working at a meat market or a butcher shop. It's never going to happen, you know. Let's see. Tone War is very cool. Not sure if... Oops, it jumped. Not sure if the newer guys have heard her. If not, backlog, that woman has some pipes. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, Carrie's an amazing singer, and we are definitely working on some new stuff, so can't wait. Thanks, Paul Smith. Appreciate it. All right, Helm, we will see you later, buddy. Christopher, what's happening? He says, that Friedman sounded killer. Much better than I could ever make it sound. Oh, well, thanks, man. Actually, you know what? When I was reviewing that, the thing that I regretted, but I couldn't really do, was there's software with it which allows you to engage the presence, and I think it's called Thump, which would enhance it even more, and I just didn't have time to deal with that. Because I had to bring it back to the store, and I had to wash trucks at night. So that video was literally done as quick as I could so that I could get it packed up back to the store. And then because I did that video, I didn't get home till almost 3 in the morning washing trucks. I was running late. So that was a crazy day for me. And I uploaded it and left. And that's how my day was. So I wish I could have downloaded the software and gotten to know that, but then if I would have done that, I probably wouldn't have got home till 5 in the morning. So yeah, I just couldn't do it. But yeah, that you can make it sound even better with the software, so that's awesome. Let's see here. Gravel Rocks, can you briefly speak about the auto workers? Do you have any friends that are on strike? I have one friend that I know of that I talk to that's on strike, but I haven't talked to him about it. So I honestly, I have no knowledge of, I mean, the only thing I could say would be all based on speculation, and I don't want to speak out of turn. So I have no idea what's going on with that. You know, I'm in my own bubble here with YouTube and with my own business. And I haven't talked to my buddy in a little bit here. And so I don't really know what his perspective is, but I hope whatever it is, they get it worked out. You know, that's what I hope. Oh, thanks, Dean. I appreciate it. He said that solo is on point. That's what the 20 is for, just so we're clear. It's also spooky season. Love October. Boo, bitches. Thanks, man. I hope I don't let you down when I play it live. It really is a tough one. It really is. Like, and you know how it is with me when I play anything for the first time live. I get really, I get nervous because I don't want to represent my own crap, wrong. So, but we'll see. Jim Coleman, who's going to be the first to capture the new Engel Special Edition? Well, I'll tell you what, if I get my hands on one, I'll definitely do that, as long as it's okay with whoever I'm, borrowing it from. I did reach out to their distributor here in America and, see if they could send me one. We'll see. They said they'd get back with me. Their distributor is ESP Guitars, so I'll have to see. I talked to a guy there, and it's just a matter of them getting back with me, but you just never know with these guys. I think Motor City has some on order. But we'll have to see. Now, if Engel sends me one, I'm not going to capture it because that'd be kind of crappy, But I'll see what I can do, outside of that. Steve Koppelkam says, I want to use a 100-watt head to drive a single 112. What high-watt speaker would you recommend? I think the G12 K100s are a higher wattage speaker, so look into those. Other than that, nothing comes to mind because I'm not Mr. Change my speakers out a lot, and nothing wrong with that, but I just don't do that a lot. So I'm kind of a loyalist with gear. I find what I like and I stick with it. But if I recall, the G12 K100s that come in this diesel cab can take a lot of wattage because I bought that specifically for my diesel Herbert, which is 180 watts, and that thing does not blow up that cab. So they got to be higher watt speakers. So I would go with something like that. I don't know if there's a vintage 30 that will do 100 watts. Maybe there's something outside of the Mesa ones that will, because I know Diesel makes cabs with those too. So try looking into that. But a 112 cabinet, interesting. I know Petrucci uses those sometimes on stage just to have a little bit of monitoring up there, but that's a really focused cab, so you must like really focused sounds, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a 212 guy only because I love that really nice punch that 212 cabinets have. They're really full and punchy and tight. But a 112 I played through, and they do sound good, so it really depends on what flavor you're looking for. Martin Hensley, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, I hope you feel better, Kerry. Hope to see you next week. Yeah, same here, man. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Tyler James, I had high hopes for that Meshuggah amp you tested, but it just was not my favorite. Great video, but was not a fan of the lack of thickness. Oh, thanks, man. No, it's one of those amps that it's made for a very specific type of guitar player who plays a very specific type of music. So I see why they made it the way that they did, but if you're not playing gent or that kind of music, I don't see how it would work for some guys. But I think it's a good amp, and I appreciate what what it does. But I might have to revisit that amp and see if I can get more out of it in the future. I talked to Jason, who owns it, and he thinks that maybe we can make some changes next time if we review it. Maybe it'll be better. So we'll have to see. It is a good amp, but it just doesn't work for me 100% either because of it's just very, very pigeonholed as far as how it was made. So, but I like I said, I get why people like it. Yeah. So Gravel Rock said, yeah, the G12 K100s are 100 watt. Right. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So Klaus says the Scumbag is 100 watt is great. Okay, that's another good one. Thank you guys. Let's see here. Dean says I like 412s just because of the whole half stack thing. It puts the amps head at perfect height. But if I end up with a collection, that could change. Oh yeah, I like the 412s as well, dude. I think they're great. Taylor James said, have you tested that hand-wound tube screamer that Tremonti had on his board for the rig rundown? No. Have you tested it? No, I'd like to check one out, though. I know Tremonti, you're one of those guys like me, too, like the Easter egg guys. It's funny. Whenever I watch rig rundowns, I don't even care about the main thing. I always care about all the Easter eggs, all the other stuff that no one even talks about or whatever. I look at something, they got this weird obscure pedal or the way they have something hooked up or whatever. That's what I always get out of rig rundowns. I mean, the main stuff is like, yeah, whatever. But we'll rewind it, go back to that, that thing or that odd whatever. I mean, that's the stuff I get. So I can appreciate the question. But I think Tremonti wants to go after a Klon and make his own. He wants to go after the Klon circuit and create his own signature thing with that, which I think would be freaking awesome because you can't get those anymore. They're freaking thousands of dollars. And he even said, like, I can't take that on tour, so I might as well make one for myself, but my own flavor. So why not, right? I think that would be really cool. All right, with that, let me see where we're at here. I got my wireless was off. Ooh, I am out of tune. These strings have been giving me fits lately, and a lot of it I think is my fault because I have had the windows open and closed all week, and my guitars have been going crazy. And it's been cold and hot, and it's just the humid and dry, and I've been driving these guitars nuts all week, so it's my fault. There were days and there was one day where I went to work washing trucks, and I got home late at night and left my windows open, and it was like low 60s in here, and all my guitars were upstairs, and I'm like, oops. That was a huge mistake. All right, so I want to talk briefly about these Friedman. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Friedman Naked amp. It's a very, very rare amplifier. They only made like, I don't know how many, but very few of them. And my friend Matt from Motor City let me take it home and do a review of it a couple weeks ago. And I knew people would want captures of it, so I actually profiled it on my KEMPER, on my CORTEX, and on the quad CORTEX, and the profiles came out amazing on all 3 units. So I uploaded them to the website, and I haven't even talked about it really, so I figured, well, tonight I'll do that. So if you want an extremely rare capture of a profile on any one of those platforms, I mean, now's your chance, and you're probably not going to find those profiles anywhere. I mean, that's such a rare amp that I don't even think they're out there. I might be the only person that's ever profiled it. I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't really checked, but I'm just going by what I know based on how rare the amp is. Now, so yeah, I'll do those tonight for you. I'll play a few for you. Now, I did DI captures, in other words, captures of just the amplifier in a couple different settings, and I also did, you know, captures what you're going to hear tonight, which is studio captures. This is on all 3 platforms, CORTEX, quad CORTEX, and KEMPER. So that way you can have just the amp or an amp and cab capture if you want. Now, when I do captures here, I typically use my Mesa cab, and I use a Royer 121 and an SM57 blended together. And that, to me, gives you a full spectrum of sound from the cab, and it gives you a big, thick, fat, beefy tone. And, you know, an SM57 is a good mic, but it's kind of boxy, and it doesn't really capture a lot of the low mids all the way down to the low end of the cab. It just captures a very small version of it. So when you pair that with a ribbon mic, such as the Royer 121, you get a big fat sound, and it's so much better. That's why I wish more guys, when they demo amps on YouTube, that they would actually mic the amps properly and not just use an SM57, because you're not really hearing a full spectrum of sound, and it drives me nuts. As soon as they go, yeah, I got an SM57 on the dust cap, I'm like, bye. Don't care, because it's not going to sound right. It's not going to give you a full spectrum of sound. So, you know, it's almost like, here's one window into this house. You're not going to see what the whole house looks like on the inside. But if they give you like that smaller window, which is the, you know, SM57 version of a window, and then the big window, like a big bay window into the house, which is the Royer window, now you can see a lot more. So it's the same kind of thing. You know, how many windows do you want so you can see everything? So that's how I look at it. Enough analogies from me. You know, give me a like if you agree. I mean, that's really the way I look at it, man. I mean, don't demo amps with just an SM57. I just think that's really, it's okay, but I think you could do better. All right, so what I got to do here, I got to mute the mic and take out my earbuds, and then I'm going to listen through the studio monitors. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I got screwed up on that last one. I almost dropped my pick, so I was fumbling around with it, trying to, come on! Threw me off. Sorry about that. It sounded like crap. Oh, it happens. I'm going to order some new picks. I want to get some with the holes in them so they're stickier. Okay, so let me catch up to your comments here. Who is Gunnerman here? I think I saw somebody replying to Gunnerman. Maybe I missed it. Oh, there he is. Gunnerman, what's going on, man? Good to see you, man. See, Gunnerman says, hello, Tone Wars, and yes, I did pick up the Friedman. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I think you're going to like it, man. It's a really cool, you know, if you ask me, now, of course, tone is subjective, so depending on if you like the tone or not, that's all subjective, but I'm just talking about the format and the features of that pedal. That's how it's done. I think everybody that makes those types of pedals should pay attention and take notes and go, oh, that's what people want? Yeah, that's what we want. Make something like that. Create your own tone with it, of course, but we want those features in that format. Perfect, you know? Let's see here. Dean Harkness, completely off subject. I watched Gran Turismo today. Really enjoyed it. Best movie I've watched since Maverick. No agenda, just simple entertainment. Maybe a bit predictable, but fun. Yeah, I'll tell you. Like I should have. This fan. Can you? Thanks. Turn off. Yeah, man. I can't wait till movies get back to just being movies. Right? I mean, yeah, it's good to see a movie that doesn't preach anything. Just entertain us. You know, I don't care what movie stars think about anything. They're all freaking idiots, and don't give a crap what they think about anything. Just act and shut your mouth. You know, I'll live my life the way I need to. Thank you very much. And if I want advice, I won't take it from a freak like you. And I'm talking about movie stars. So yeah, I agree, man. I can't wait till they get back to that. But we'll see. Tony Krozik says in your intro. Oh God, I can't even read tonight. If you're into old Mesa Black Shadow speakers, there's also the EVM Electro Voice 200 watt 8 ohm. Wow. But won't be as tight as a modern speaker. Wow, I didn't know they made something like that. That's good to know. Thanks for sharing. Save the Canadian Beaver. I bought the Naked Profile. Still haven't loaded into the Tonex. Dude, you got to load those in, man. They sound really good. The thing is, and thank you for buying those. Thank you. So the thing that I like about those is, see, Dave's amps have this family of tones. You know, it's almost like they all sound a little different from each other, but they got that Friedman thing, but the Naked doesn't sound like any of his other amps. Very different. So that's what makes it unique as well. Not only the fact that he only made a few of them, but the fact that it doesn't sound like any of his other amps at all. Completely different. So I like that about it too. So I just think this is a good opportunity to get something that's super rare and unique. So it's not like just a one-off of the BE100 or anything. It's like a 20 off. It's way different. So yeah, I hope you like them. Dirt Racer X says, I agree on the SM57. People will buy 10 tube amps, but not one ribbon mic. I know, right? I mean, it just makes no sense to me. You know, if you're gonna mic your amp, I mean, do it with more than an SM57. I get when you're on stage. I mean, the reason why SM57s are so common is because they're workhorses. I mean, you could throw them across the room; they could take a beating. They take a lot of SPLs at nightclubs and stuff like that, and they're just workhorse mics. They're durable, and they sound good. They don't sound bad, but there's a bit of a honkiness to them, and they're a little boxy. But you know, live sound engineers know how to EQ them properly, hopefully, and they just use them because they're convenient. It's like, this is a horrible analogy, but it's kind of like the hot and ready pizzas. They're quick and easy and affordable. Is it the best pizza you've ever had? No, but I'm starving. I'm on my way home from work, and oh, there's a Little Caesars. I'll just pick up one of those, you know? I mean, that's what they are. Better than that, but you know what I'm saying. It's just a crappy analogy. Pip Priss says, I am exactly the opposite. As soon as somebody demos something with anything but an SM57, I am more inclined to not take that demo into consideration as a serious comparison. Reason is, I am much focused and used to the typical sound of an SM57. That anything else is interesting but does not properly serve as a reference. I can respect that, but I just think that people need to step up their games when they're demoing amps. I really do, and I get what you're saying because you're comparing it to other demos that you listen to with the same mic. So I understand where you're coming from, but I just think that you know, I'll put it to you this way. If I go to a studio and they want to mic my amp and cab for some tracking, and the engineer slaps the SM57 in it and looks at me like he's finished, I'm going to be like, where's the other mics? At least one other mic. Like, you got any? No, we're just going to do an SM57. No, we're not. That's not what I'm paying you for. I'm not paying you for some half-assed, cheap, half-cocked freaking guitar tone. That's not what I'm paying for. I'm paying a professional studio with what I'm hoping is a professional studio engineer to come in here and professionally mic my cabinet so we get a professional version of a guitar sound. And if you can't give me better or at least as good as what I get in my own basement, then you're fired. I don't, like seriously, don't have a studio if you're not going to professionally mic people's stuff. So, and I mean, most guitar players that record nowadays, there was a time when the SM57 was all the rage, but we've evolved since then. Nowadays, I mean, that's just what they want. There's studio engineers that'll mic a cab with 3 or 4 mics, just to get a fuller spectrum of sound. Because again, I want a full spectrum of sound. That's what I want. So that's why I mic things the way that I do. I don't half-ass my stuff. And you'll never see me do, captures and profile packs and charging you for them with just the SM57 on it. I might do it as a request, like somebody wants that. And I'm like, all right, well, if you want, a hot and ready mic sound or guitar tone, I'll give it to you. But I'd rather pride myself into giving you something that's more than that. So that's why I do what I do, and that's why my profiles come out the way they do. They're big and fat and full, and you really get everything that my cab has to offer, So I'm not knocking anybody that doesn't do that. I'm just saying that if I'm paying for something, I want more than just an SM57, But I do understand what you said, yeah, Pit Priss. I do understand, like, if you're comparing, different amplifiers, and one's got this set of mics on it, and one's got like a different set of mics on it, right there the comparison's out the window. Because it's like, well, there's the thing that just threw it all off. So I understand where you're coming from. But all my comparisons are with 2 mics. I very rarely will single mic anything. Let's see. Martin Hensley. Jarrod, I thought about getting the IRX, but I will pass because the more preamp live does more. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we all have our preferences, right? So, Flux. Jarrod, that is a great capture of the naked. Does the Kemper have a pitch shifter? Yes, it does. Yep, it does have one. Yep. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Steve Koppelkam says, I've always wanted to try a blue pick. I hear they are immortal. Oh, interesting. I'll have to look those up. I'm going to screenshot that. It does ring a bell. Why isn't my phone screenshot? There it goes. Dwayne McKnight. Hey, Jarrod, what's going on, man? I use gravity picks, and I love these. And I'm going to order my next run of signature picks from them, and I'm going to put holes in them. And they will not, you won't drop them then. But these don't have any holes, so every once in a while I drop them. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just reading comments here. Tony Krozik, what's happening? He says, pick your favorite mics and dial in your amps to taste. Straightforward. Exactly, man. That's how we do it. Gunnerman says, I'm building a full studio here in Brighton. Should be complete in the spring. We just poured the slab and footing. Oh, dude, good for you, man. Good for you. That's awesome, man. I love, the building a studio. That's awesome. And Dwayne McKnight, hot and ready mic. Well, yeah. I mean, honestly, that's how I look at it. I'm not ragging on people who just use SM57s, but I want to hear a bigger spectrum of sound, when I'm listening to an amplifier. But if I'm going to compare a bunch of amps to each other, they're all going to be mic'd exactly the same. Because like Priss said, I mean, you got to keep everything consistent, otherwise you're running into problems, So, all right, let me play another mix here. What do we got? Yeah, I won't be on super long tonight because, again, Carrie's not feeling well, so I don't want to blow her off. She's upstairs. So, but let me do a few more, and I'll hang out with you for a few more minutes, and then we'll call it a night. Alrighty then. Okay. Thanks for hanging, Paul. I will catch you later, man. I'm trying to find my other earbud here. Here it is. Here it is. I'm going to prepare this other song here. I got it on a loop right now for practicing the solo. Okay, there it is. I just got to erase this loop, otherwise it's just going to do that. Make sure there's no other loops on here. Yeah, so forgive me in advance for screwing this up because I'm pretty nervous about playing it for the first time live, and this is not an easy one for me at all. It's pretty involved, and I just finished, like, officially writing the solo just a few days ago. It was done. I'm like, I finally got this done. So I couldn't wait to play it on the that last Friedman demo, but that was excruciating to get it done to the point where I was happy with it. Many, many takes. If you could see my computer with all the takes, I was like, wow, I suck. But hopefully I can do this. I should just play it now and just get it over with because, so again, we'll see what happens. Here we go. Okay. Oh, my battery died in my in-ears. Well, I guess I don't need my in-ears anymore. My battery's dead. Yeah, anyways, well, there it is in all of its mistake-filled glory. Yeah, but I'm glad I got that off my chest. I needed to get, it's always hard to get the first one out like that and just get it done, because it's nerve-wracking. That's a tough one for me. It really is. It's very involved. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on there. So hope you guys liked it. Let's see here. Oh, thanks, Gunnerman. I will definitely make sure that she's feeling better. Let's see here. Tony Krozik says, I think Skeeter uses a farm barn mic for his stuff. He probably would. Dean Harkness, those gravity picks are freaking awesome. Made me change after 30 years and actually adjust my EQ settings. Yeah, these picks are amazing. I love gravity picks. They're my favorites, man. Let's see here. Smokey Mac, what's happening? He says, how much of that tone is Music Man? I mean, the pickups in this guitar are really good, but I mean, most of it's pretty much the capture that I made in the Kemper. I mean, I would say that the amp, the mics, the cab, and all that are about 98% of the tone, and this might be 2%, I mean, seriously, these guitars are great. They sound good, but I could probably play 10 different guitars down here and the tone would be subtle differences, So most of it's really in the mics, the cab, the speaker, the amp settings and all that. So, oh, thanks, Flux. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, I'm definitely human. And I proved it with that mix, didn't I? I mean, there was a couple of goofy segments there for me. Martin Hensley, hope to see Carrie next week along with yourself. Hope everybody has a great week. Bye. Oh, good to see you, buddy. Thank you. Anyways, well, guys, I'm going to go up and check on her, make sure she's doing okay. I've already been on for I think just under an hour. So normally we're on until 8:30, but I'm going to have to call it an early night tonight. My apologies. But I have to get her taken care of and make sure she's okay. And then I also have to, if I have time tonight, shoot tomorrow's riffs and responses video. That one's going to be really involved. I mean, these riffs and responses videos are starting to get pretty hefty regarding the the amount of work that's going into them, but I'm happy to do it for you guys. They're actually fun, so I appreciate the questions and comments and stuff, so keep them coming. I'm happy to do those for you guys. So anyways, let's see here. Flex says, we all have those segments, amigo. I have them every rehearsal. Yeah, don't we all, man? I definitely prove that I'm human every time I pick this instrument up, But it's always an honor to play it, and that's something that I think we should all keep in mind. As seriously, no matter what skill level you're at, no matter what amount of money you've dumped into your gear or whatnot, it's an honor to be able to be a guitar player and to have something like this that you can express yourself through. Seriously, we're a rare breed, so everybody should pretty much give yourself a pat on the back for picking up an instrument that, it's like golf. You'll never master this thing. You'll never master this. You can even ask guys like John Petrucci, have you mastered guitar? I'll say, nope. There's still stuff I can't do. There's still stuff I want to do and I'm trying to do, but I and you never play it perfectly every time. So it's a continual growth instrument, and it continually challenges you and rewards you. And I just think that it's one of those things that if you're lucky enough to be a guitar player, then be grateful for that, because it's such a great thing to be. It really is. I mean, we are lucky people. We really, really are, to be able to express ourselves musically the way that we get to do, and challenge ourselves and have that continual growth and all that. It's a very good thing to be a guitar player, and I don't mean that in an egotistical way or in a high-minded way, but I just think it's an honor to be a guitar player. And it's an honor for me to be on this channel and to do what I do for you guys. It really is. I never take it for granted. So with that, I will say good night to everyone, and just remember, every day's a gift. And thank you for spending part of your gift with me tonight. I appreciate it very much. So I look forward to getting some more videos done for you guys this week. And again, thank you so much for everyone who's bought the presets. I really appreciate it. All right, well, God bless you guys. I will see you all very